guys, it's Lewis-duncan. I hope you are well. That was kind of an odd. Am I whispering? Am I not? So I'm doing a little video. I hope you are well. We've had a little bit of a gap. We've had London Fashion Week, and then Glenn and I were away for a few days at Claridge's and the Montcalm, which was divine. If you follow me on social media, you would have seen. And then I'm sort of trying to get back into the swing of things. Some of you may know that Grandad's not very well at all, so it's kind of affected what's going on at the moment. So my skin actually isn't as nice as it was. That's what I originally wanted to talk about. I think some of you know I had a sesderma microneedling peel. Gosh, when was that now? Probably about a month ago. And I had really amazing results. Really, really good. I'm hoping to perhaps have another one to see if sort of a few sort of make a huge difference. They tend to recommend a mix of treatments throughout to have a few for the best results. And then Dr. Georgia and I had our event. I think it went really well. Thank you everyone who came. Hopefully Georgia really enjoyed it as well. We had a nice turnout, which was really good, and my good friend Laura from What Laura Loves had the peel on the night for everyone to watch as well, and she's been having really great results from her. She's done lots of shedding and lots of peeling. Obviously it's a natural process. She actually peeled during the peel as well, so she was having some peel around the nose. Mine came a little bit later. I always feel sometimes with London, perhaps you carry London on your face, so the peel was removing that. So I think that's gone really well. So I'm looking a little bit tired, but in terms of the texture of my skin, it's a lot better. I found makeup is going on a lot more smoothly. I have less sort of bumps within the skin. It was looking a lot fresher. I'm feeling very tired, but I'm actually going to show you a few bits and pieces, he says, which is probably lost. A few bits and pieces that will sort of counteract that. They are here, it's fine. So one I'll show you shortly, but one I'll show you as a brand. So I was invited during London Fashion Week to go and see the amazing guys at Vincent Longo. So I have some of the products which were kindly sent out to me once we had our consultation. I came up with what would work for my skin within the range, and then I've been kindly sent some, and then on the day I left with a couple of little bits and pieces in the bag as well. So I have been very, very much into this, to the point where I received one in the bag and then one was sent out afterwards, and this is about halfway down already. I use it every single day at London Fashion Week, and every day I've worn makeup since. So it's called a water canvas base, and it's a translucent micro water seaweed and cilia gel, and it's designed as a primer, but it has so much water sort of base that it's so hydrating for the skin, but it gives you like a really nice light primed skin without the sort of overtly overly silicone. You know, sometimes if you apply too much primer they kind of ball. This doesn't do that, and it's designed to maintain the skin's moisture balance by letting the skin breathe, and then it works in conjunction with foundation as well. It is a clear, sort of has a slight white tinge, but it's clear when it rubs in. I find this really lovely as a sort of added moisturiser, because it is so hydrating. I even put it over my lips actually. Really feels so smooth. Obviously this will work with any foundation, whether it be liquid or powder or mineral. I've worn it with all and really enjoyed the results. And then just concealer as well, because sometimes I think but I'm naturally dark under the eye, so I will tend to sort of just cover that section and a flick of mascara. As you get older, you will naturally vein on the eye as well. I have noticed that recently, which is not cute. What are we going to do? I also finally got my nails shellacked, so I was so happy to have them back, and then I cut one, so not particularly happy about that. Okay, so the idea of the Vincent Longo range, I left my sponge in the Birkin. Okay, so we'll have to use something else. So the idea of these are, again, water-based, and they are a cream to powder, which I really like the concept of. This is so fab. You can totally build this up to give like a really good coverage, but it's so light, and that was what really kind of appealed to me the most. It is, I think, and this is #1, so I'm presuming this is definitely the lightest shade, because I normally fall within that. I could probably go up 1, but now being winter, I know I'll use even more colour than I already do. Let's see if we have a brush to hand. That's that. Let's have that. So we have a Real Techniques stipply one. This does come with a sponge, like a flat sponge, and that applies really nicely as well, but make sure you keep that clean. I've kept it in its little protective pouch, which is in my bag. Useful. But I have applied it with different aspects as well. But it's so important to keep the lid screwed on, because obviously it being so water-based, it will dry. So just stipple it in, and then instantly it makes such a huge difference to the skin. You can really kind of use very little or build up to the point where I actually think I'm going to wear this on my wedding day, because it's just your skin but better. I know we all sort of beauty bloggers use that as a saying, but it's true. I've found that no one says, "Oh, I like your makeup." This is very much, "Oh, your skin looks really good. What have you done? Where have you been?" You can see I'm very dark naturally under the eyes, but you can actually just add more if need be, or apply concealer. I currently don't have a Vincent Longo concealer, so I can't show you that. I think I'm due a few more other products to come out when they have them, but this I'm already obsessed by. I think that's a huge difference. It really does make a big difference to the skin. And again, obviously, as I mentioned a lot, being water-based is just so hydrating for the skin, and you sort of just look well. But it will build up if you want it to, which again is really great, because a lot of people like more of a fuller coverage. This blends into the beard really well as well. Whether you have a beard or unintentionally have a beard, you're not going to need to worry. I found that it has been very long lasting, and I've tried it with and without sort of powder to set it, because it goes to cream to powder. It doesn't crease, which is always something you don't get to worry about. And as you can see, I'm doing quite light layers, which built up, and it just looks like really healthy skin, which I really like. And then screw it back on. Though you do have a compact which you can decant into as well, which is a really good idea. I actually gave mine to Shelley, because she didn't have a compact during Fashion Week and she wanted like a mirror and things. Where should we go next? They also have the water canvas blushes, and this is in Swan Lake. This is the blush that I found the most appealing for my particular skin type, and I feel that I can put this on clients and it worked really well as well. And this is the bit where we need another brush, nice and prepped as always. This is a stick my finger in it. That didn't go quite well. This is one of the Look Good Feel Best brushes, which are the charity brushes, which is really lovely. Just going to take the most tiny bits of this and then apply on the apples, just for a healthy flush to the face. And again, being the watered cream, sort of cream to powder, sorry. The combination of the two working together is really, really pretty. Even to the point where a little shadow brush from blank canvas, and then a little bit into the increase. I do actually have one of their gorgeous eyeshadows, which I let Mummy have today for work, which was called Gypsy Rose, and it's speckled. It's really pretty, so when you apply, it all blends beautifully together, and that's sort of a slight goldy tint, but I wore it yesterday, so if you had a look at my Instagram, you can see. I just think that's really pretty. It just sort of adds that awakeness to the eye. I love blush. I don't tend to bronze. It doesn't really suit my particular skin type, so I feel like a blush is really important. And again, keep that nice and screwed tight. You get a lot of product as well, like these big products. Okay, where next? So this is their highlighter, and this is Flora, and this is, I believe there was two. I think this is the lightest of the two, and so sort of the eyeshadow has this kind of effect. So this has a very light champagne, a rose sort of pink, and then a creamy white, which is really pretty. And then this is a cohorted angled brush, so I'm just going to sort of sweep on. And I really like this one. I feel like it's really good on pale skin, but it will work on lots of as well. I find some highlighters can look too false on me, whereas this one sort of seems to work really nicely. And this brush is fab as well, because you can get right around the old lips. Do pucker up the lips like this, Little Mermaid, and then you can sort of apply. And again, you can build up to as much as you want. This is so pretty. I really like that. But speaking of highlighters, it has to be spoken about because it's divine. So I have the Victoria Beckham for Estee Lauder highlighter in Modern Mercury, like obsessed. So during London, while Glenn and I were staying, I went to Victoria Beckham, as I do all the time. I think by now lots of you know, obsessed by the clothing, the bags and everything. So when the collaboration came around, I really had to get my mitts on it. During Fashion Week, they actually had an event at the shop, and I was genuinely heartbroken that I couldn't make it. I was actually stuck at something else. Victoria was actually at the boutique, which just made it even worse. But Simone on Dover Street, Victoria's boutique on Dover Street, is incredible. She's absolutely adorable. When we went in, she was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you missed it. We have very, very, very little stock left." And I was like, "No, I've been so looking forward to trying it." And they actually sold out within 2 days of the boutique. Now I do believe Selfridges still have some, and then Harrods was due to receive a large package of bits and pieces, so I think they had a counter. So at some point I need to go and find some of the other bits and pieces, but this was the main one I wanted. And then I wanted to get my hands on the lip pencil in the nude and the nude lipstick. I actually tried the nude lipstick in store. They still had the tester, and it's divine, but they didn't have any lipsticks. When we tried Selfridges, they didn't have the lipstick either, so I currently have this, but I will try and hunt down more. But I'm so glad I got this one, because this was the one I absolutely had to have. So the packaging, I just think is uber elegant. I think most people have seen it now. And then in the mirror, it has Victoria Beckham Estee Lauder in the font that Victoria uses for her bags and etc. And if you see behind, that's the Victoria Beckham carrier bag. The highlighter itself, Modern Mercury, is in a pretty damn large circular aspect here. As you can see, it has been used. I do believe there's quite a lot of product actually. It's 26 ounces or 7.5 grams, which I think is quite a good amount. I think it was £58. I think it's £58. So again, higher price points, but Lauder and Victoria, you kind of expect that, and the quality is there. So personally, I don't mind going to sort of that level. Let me just find a fan brush. Obviously, it's not necessarily in everyone's budget, and I totally understand that. So, Makeup Revolution have a highlighter that's a little bit lighter, but very, very similar. It is a lot less, what's the word I want to use? It's lighter, it will wear off the skin a little quicker, but for their price point, fantastic. And I really do like it, and I wear that quite a lot, but this is divine. I wore this to Claridge's, and I had quite a few people going, oh my gosh, what are you wearing? I also had gone into Space NK in the day, and literally 3 of the girls were like, oh my god, swatch it, we want to see it. This actually used to be a product that Lauder did, I think it was about 10 years ago. I've seen a few other videos where people are talking about it, and they actually discontinued it, and it was one that Victoria wanted to bring back. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. It has kind of like a champagne rose gold undertone, so for me it's great because it sort of has like a blush aspect. Now I watched quite a few videos, and so many of the people were like, oh no, it doesn't suit pale skin tones, which quite worried me. I was like, oh no, this is one thing I really wanted. Bullcrap, it does. I couldn't be any paler when I could in winter when I'm ill, but it does suit pale skin, so please don't listen to people that have said that. I also think this is going to look divine on dark skin. My best friend Suelise, this will look flawless on. I can't wait to put it on her actually. I think it's going to look fab. But if you are pale, please don't feel like you can't wear this, because you really can. You probably just won't apply as much as some people, but I found the bronzer wouldn't work for my skin tone. Victoria's more of a sort of warmer skin, and it kind of works there, and it's quite a warm bronzer. But if you like that look, go for it. But as I mentioned, I don't particularly wear bronzer anyway. If I do, I tend to wear a loose bare mineral powder, one shade darker than I actually am, and just blend in. Or sometimes I'll wear the Delilah bronzer. I can't think what it's called, but it's the lightest shade, but very, very rarely. But this kind of gives that effect. And for dinner, I really went to town with it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It did not budge the whole night. I was glowing for the gods, honey. And I had it all over my eye. I really was like highlighted for everyone, sort of Jeffree Star style. Yeah, I just find it absolutely divine. I also got to try Victoria's primer as well. Within the store they had the tester, and I kind of have a feel it's like a hybrid of a primer and then a highlighter. It's not as sort of overtly glowy as a Becca primer, but it kind of has a slight NARS Coco Cabana element to it. It has that sort of pearlescent undertone, but it's not like, whoa, your face is sweaty. But it has that really nice in between, and I know Victoria was going for that sort of lived-in, really beautiful. Just I put it on and it's wearing nice on my skin. I really liked it. I believe it was £68. The container's quite large, has VB on the top. There wasn't one available at the time. I'm kind of debating whether I would want that as part of the bits that I use. I don't tend to use a primer that way. I have a few of the Becca ones and I don't use them that much. I do more in winter, but I have to have the lipsticks, have to. I also wanted to try one of the shadows. I think it's one of the foiled shadows, the quad with 6 eyeshadows. Pigments are beautiful. I found that I would probably wear 2, 3 at a push, so I felt like perhaps that wasn't worth me trying to get hold of. But I heard the pigments are divine. I like how they were set into sort of trends or sort of cities as such, and you can very much see it being Victoria's makeup, which I really liked. It's something I really hope they perhaps carry on with and develop the line as well, but I'm so happy to have this because I think it's really stunning. And then back to a Vincent Longo lip. This is called Sugar, and this is one of the sort of nudes. This is definitely my favourite of. They do a really beautiful red as well, which I hope to get my mitts. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Actually, I was going to swatch the Victoria on my hand just so you can see there as well. And then the Vincent Longo is there. So as you can see, it definitely is aged on more rose gold, undertone, but divine, absolutely divine. And then stuff like this. This is fabulous. I don't even overdraw my lips with this colour because I just think it looks perfect. And to be fair, there's so much filler in my face, I probably don't need to overdraw it, and Dr. Georgia always tells me off. Really, really pretty. Sort of quite similar to my own lip colour anyway. This dries down matte. It's not drying. It still has a bit of movement within the lip as well. I think they're calling it a thin stick lipstick. I have the box stand, so I really like the packaging. The black and they sort of almost sort of a mason greeny blue. I don't know if it says thin lipstick. I don't think they are a liquid lipstick in terms of look, even though they're like a bullet. I think they're just more of a matte, almost similar to a Chanel Allure lipstick, where they are that sort of velvety matte but still movable, which I personally like because you don't sort of dry your lips out too much, but you know, it doesn't end up here or all over your nose when you're drinking champagne and you turn the glass around and you have that little rim. But even though I'm not wearing mascara, I just think it's like a healthy, really natural. I would pat out the lip if I'm not going to wear a lot, just so it's more there without being like, oh, lipstick, you know, so just that really natural glow. And if you, gosh, noisy, if you didn't want to wear mascara, you can sort of just curl the lashes. And then a dot of that Victoria Beckham highlighter on the eyelids, and then it's just quite a fresh, really pretty look actually. I just think it's really quite charming. So I've waffled quite a lot, so let's see if I can upload this. And coffee,